Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream today. Today we're going to be doing some testing of a new Sonic Unleashed recompiled port. Now, this has kind of made the waves on the internet over the last day or two. So it's basically the Sonic fans have basically put together a recompilation project of an Xbox 360 game called Sonic Unleashed, and they basically recompiled the game so that it takes the kind of Xbox 360 code and then recompiles it so that it's a native Windows application. And this is like quite an amazing feat because apparently this project can also be applied to other Xbox 360 games. And kind of a side effect of this is that it can also be ported natively to macOS. So as long as you have the Xbox 360 game of Sonic Unleashed, you have the files of the game that you ripped from your own Xbox 360 from your own genuine disc, as well as the DLCs and the updates, then it's actually possible to play this game natively. So there's a couple of people, Squid Bus and Isaac, who's famous for creating whiskey, and they've put together a version of this which basically works through Molten VK on Mac. So it's really quite interesting to see that this kind of thing is happening right now. And today I'm just going to test it. I also want to get some footage from Red Dead Redemption 2 on the M1 Mac as well. So I want to get slightly better footage because I've seen some people running it slightly better. So I want to run this at low resolution with FSR, set a bit more aggressively. So I want to try that as well. And then today is going to be a bit of a shorter stream. So yes, before you ask, I am walking on a treadmill. I've written in the notes which one it is. It's in the description. Basically, it's just to try and make sure I'm not so sedentary, especially when I'm doing long live streams. So this one's only going to be like 2 or 3 hours at the most, but it's still a really long time to be sitting down. So that's why I like to keep active and stay healthy whilst doing all these streams. So yeah, we're going to try Red Dead Redemption 2, but not on M3. I don't own an M3 Air. But I think it'll run okay on M3 Air as long as you have 16 gigabytes of RAM. It should be fine. Sonic Unleashed, yeah. So basically, there's a thread on the Mac Gaming subreddit, and they're just going to go through the whole process. I've not done this before, so this will be first time for me as well, getting this done. So going to go to GitHub, and then you need to be logged into GitHub. So right now, this Mac port isn't fully released. So basically, it means that we'll be using something called GitHub Actions. These are kind of temporary workflows. So it just means that these are temporary only. So these are actions generated by like testing code, and you have to be logged in to download this. And it's probably going to work for the next day or two before it kind of gets removed. But in the future, if I do make a tutorial video about this, then I'm going to link back to the main part of this. I'll link back to whatever the main release is in the future. Just in chat, just let me know if the audio sounds okay. Just write down audio sounds fine because I'm always a bit worried about this. I am walking on a treadmill, and I've got some AI thing to like filter out any kind of background noise, which isn't my voice. So just let me know. Okay. So what we need to do is to download the relevant macOS version. So I think what we need to do is to download the ARM64 release, right? So there's this particular workflow here was only generated a few hours ago, 11 hours ago. And then we have 6 editions here. We want the macOS release, not the Intel x86 64-bit build. And then we have the actions here. We're just going to expand this. Where is the download for this? Where is the actual file itself? Okay, let me just go back to here. So you click on the link, scroll down, download macOS ARM64 release. Yeah, so we've got build. Here we are. We've got the various builds located here. And I don't know why we can't see this properly. Can we see? Is that the right one? Yeah, that's the build here. Can we download it? Where do we download it? So this is the log. How do I actually download the build? Workflow file. Meant to be an actual build here. Wait a sec. scroll down to the bottom. I am scrolled down to the bottom previous page. So let's just reopen this again. Scroll to the bottom of the previous page. Thank you very much, Pierce, for helping me through this. Scroll down to the bottom. Yeah, here we are. Thank you very much, Pierce. I always forget where GitHub actions are located. Okay, so we have our ARM64 release here, which we're going to download. Okay, so you need to be logged in in order to do this. But basically, if you let's open up the zip file. Okay, so we have unreleased recomp. Let's put it in applications. So this is the recompilation. Yeah, okay. So in macOS Sequoia, if you try to open up an unsigned app, which all of these applications are, then we need to go to system settings, and then we need to go to privacy and security, and then we're going to open anyway. Open anyway. So we're going to type in our password. The compilation is open. Okay, good. So I've got my metal hard open. So this is all thanks to Isaac and Squidbus putting this work together. So I need an Xbox 360. Okay, so I'll just show you what my files look like. Yeah, so King Bill the 16th. Thanks for commenting. For those who want to recompile but do not have a modded Xbox 360, be careful when finding the ROM. Some sites have malware and viruses. Yeah, so just be careful of... You should, of course, be ripping this from your own legally obtained copy of Sonic Unleashed. And just be very careful about... you shouldn't be executing any files on your computer which you don't trust. Okay, so it can be hard to find. But basically, I'm just going to put together my list here. So we have various zip files for DLCs. Is that right? Is that the full list? Let me just see if that doesn't look right to me. There should be more than that. And then we have Sonic Unleashed and also the title update too. I'm not sure if we need to unzip this too. Okay, so you need basically the... Oh yeah, I should probably unzip this too. Yeah, Vexnity. You can also XATTR-CR app name. But you can do that too, yeah, of course. If you need to do a lot of files, then that can be useful to do it from the terminal. Most users, if you just go through the GUI of the macOS interface, then that should be fine too. Okay, so okay, so we'll just go through the recomp. You'll need an Xbox 360 copy of Sonic Unleashed in order to proceed with the installation. Okay, so let's add the sources for the game and its title. So select a folder that contains the unmodified files that have been extracted from the game. These files can be obtained from your Xbox 360 hard drive by following the instructions on the GitHub page. For choosing a digital dump, add files instead. Yeah, so let's just have a look at that while I'm waiting. Sonic Unleashed GitHub. Yeah, so we have instructions here, I think. So this came out 2 days ago. The recompilation doesn't have official macOS support, but I suppose this could be added in the future. So let me see. Yeah, you can grab the files from your Xbox 360 hard drive. Now, I don't own... it's actually quite easy to do. I mean, Xbox 360 was really easy to jailbreak, so to speak. So just grab the files from there. Okay. So I'm really impressed with the, Sonic fans are like on their own kind of level. The fact that this installer has all of the kind of all of the correct branding and fonting and everything is extremely impressive. Okay, let's add files. So let's go to my game folder. Hopefully the files have all extracted. I think they have, on nearly. This one's still, my ISO is still coming up, so I still might need to wait a bit longer for that to work. Okay. Should I buy a PS5 or build a PC, which would be cheaper in the long term? I always think that if you own a Mac, I always think PC, as a PC gamer as well, I think PC gaming is way more sustainable than the PS5 in the sense that, firstly, if you buy a game on Steam on PC, then it's there's a chance that you're going to get a Mac port as well, which you can play on your Apple Silicon Mac. I always think PCs are more useful as well because you can use them for productivity and work rather than just playing games. You can put a PC in any location, whether it's on the couch or in the living room or at your desk. And you can build a $500 PC similar price to a PS5, which isn't going to perform as well as a PS5, but once you have them, you can always easily get secondhand parts. In a couple of years, you'll be able to easily get secondhand parts, which are cheaper in a sense than buying a whole PS5. So I always say PC gaming is better, so I'm biased, of course. And if you're on this YouTube channel, then you probably own a Mac. Then buying a game on Steam or buying DRM-free games on GOG or something will allow you to play on Windows and on a Mac as well. Okay, so we're going to let this extract. So I'll just look at the chat. Does GTA 5 Enhanced work on crossover trial? It doesn't work yet. You can still play the Legacy edition, I believe, but there's some issue with Enhanced, so that's not available for crossover Mac gamers at the moment. Almost every Dirt game has Mac ports that run amazingly. Yeah, Dirt 4, Rally are good. Indeed, for legal reasons, better dump your own copy for Sonic Unleashed. Exactly. Definitely dump your own copy of Sonic Unleashed for legal reasons. So definitely do not do that. Do not. This channel does not condone piracy in any way. Okay, so I'm just waiting for my file to extract. I need to read. Okay, I might do this from my other computer because I don't know what's happening here. Because I should have like a drive. Let me just see here. I'm going to extract my files correctly. Doing it from my other computer. Okay. It's a shame Dirt games heat up my M2 Max if we had Apple Silicon native ports like Grid. I mean, heating up is quite easy thing to fix. Maybe I'll make a video about it in the future, but basically if you set your refresh rate to lower and then set the VSync on, then you should be able to cap frame rates and that will reduce temperatures. I'll have to make a video on this because it's such a commonly asked question that with such a simple solution that, of course, reducing your frame rate cap is going to make your game run slower, but it'll also mean your device won't overheat as much. Okay. Okay, so we're getting a bit closer to this. Did that fully expand yet? So we've got an ISO image there. That should have worked. Okay. I think we're fully expanded. Good. So we've got all our files in a folder. Let's see if it's clever enough to see all of the subfolders. So click open. Following selection is invalid. Isn't it this one? Okay, update. Okay, it's not one. I'll have to select this update specifically, which comes in that file. The DLC, we'll add the folder for my DLC. Let's see, we really need a DLC because I think there's some kind of like bug with Let's take it out of its folder. Let's do them individually. Can I do it individually or all at once? Let's try. So, okay, do I need to... Maybe I need to expand them. Let's do DLCs. Okay, let's expand. Let me see the chat. I'm playing not so many games. My most important game is TM 2020. That's TM 2020. And LOL. Trackmania 2020, and then League of Legends works fine. Yeah, I think so. I mean, most people, like for me, I'm getting older, nearly 40, and my time for actually enjoying games is like really limited. Like, and I only need like a few games a year to like keep me going. I don't need to play every single game, so the fact that I can play some games on the Mac is probably enough, right? Okay, nothing makes the Mac hate like was that. I followed your GTA 5 tutorial and got it running with no problems, but I'm only getting about 45 in benchmark on the same M1 Air that you benchmarked. If you use a, I'm going to call it a DRM-free version, those always perform better, especially for the single-player campaign. So just be aware of that, because there was a period of time when I was testing on the M1 MacBook Air, and the only version that worked was that one. And the one with the DRM, the Rockstar launcher as a requirement, does run slower. So that's just a fact of life. I'm sorry. It's sad to say that a lot of these games are, especially running through translation layers, are massively hampered by the fact that we have DRM, basically. Okay, so let's grab the DLCs into the correct format, I hope. This window, Finder window within this is running a bit slow for some reason. Okay, let's do it individually. What format does the DLCs need to come in? Can I not add a folder? Is it a file or what? What is it? Is that it? Oh, okay, it is that. It is that then. So do I have to do that for every single one? Okay, it'd be nice if this launcher could be my recursively search my files. Okay, so I can get all the DLCs. I think what I'll do is I'll expand all of them. Then I can multi-select them. I'll just check I can do these two. Yeah. Do two more. Okay, so... Okay, all DLCs now added. Okay, good. So let's press next. The contents will be installed to the programs folder. Okay. Does that mean it's going into my applications folder? Because that's where I put it. I wonder where the data is being installed on here. It'd be helpful to know when I... Because normally the standard place to put it is in application support. I wonder where the data is being installed. Good. Go on, hide this guy. Don't spam my channel, please, because you'll just result in an instant ban. Okay. Let's go back a bit. I'm running high frame rate cap versus graphical quality and resolution, particularly for FPS and racing games where reactions are paramount here. That's what's the nice thing about PC gaming and Mac gaming is you can change the settings as you wish. Whereas it's only recently with some console games which allow you to choose between graphical quality and speed. Is gaming in 4K is impressive than 1440p, and how much should I give 4K or 1440p gaming graphics cards? I have in my gaming PC here, I have like a 4080 Super installed, and I only ever game on an ultra-wide 1440p monitor, so that's 3440 by 1440, which is it's like 20 or 30% less than 4K resolution. I find it perfectly fine. I don't really... You get diminishing returns the higher the DPI, the higher the resolution you get. I'm happy with 1440p gaming. I prefer to have the ultra-wide screen, so I'm quite happy with that. Okay. You need an active subscription to use the app even if you have the DMG, dude. Yeah. Make money and go buy, asking someone to break the... Muted. Yeah, I muted the guy. There's some guy, right, who keeps commenting that I need to cover some kind of website which repackages DMGs of like Windows games into DMGs, which you could just download from a website. I mean, I don't really condone that. Where possible, you should just go and buy the game and then run it in the most legitimate legal way possible. Now, it's interesting that we're looking at this game at the moment. So Sonic Unleashed, it's not a game that's easily acquirable these days in a legal way, right? Because, you know, let's face it, like basically the Xbox 360 era is kind of over, and the only way to pick up this game is through the secondhand market. If you've never bought it before. And if you want to run it on your shiny new computer, then you're kind of out of luck, because they never ported it to macOS and they never ported it to Windows. They're kind of sitting on a goldmine here in the sense that it is possible to do this. I mean, Sonic fans, I'm sure, would purchase a fully legit version of Sonic Unleashed. So yeah, Sonic Unleashed is also backwards compatible with Xbox One and Series S. Plays great there, yeah. Well, you know, people always want it on different platforms, and can you actually buy Sonic Unleashed? Where can you buy Sonic Unleashed? Can you buy it online? Digital purchase. You can buy it. It's like a physical copy. Can you buy this digitally? It'd be insane if you could buy this digitally. You can buy it digitally. Oh, Xbox One and Xbox Series X. Okay, I'm wrong. It does have FPS boost. Okay, so you can acquire it legally for consoles, but yeah, people want a proper port that takes advantage of like high frame rates. They want to play it on their desktop computers and PCs. You know, this is a massive opportunity for Sega to get involved. But like I said, right, Sonic fans are like a whole different level of fandom when it comes to like getting this stuff to work. It's extremely impressive that people care this much about these games. I've never really gotten to Sonic games that much. And having this work on a Mac would be cool repertoire for it. Okay, installation's complete. Press next.
Sega.
I'm right. Okay. Abandonment is a pretty valid reason to acquire old ROMs. The company makes no money from it anymore. Yeah. I mean, arguably, this game still can be digitally purchased for Xbox consoles. It's just a shame that we don't have desktop support for it. Which, you know, we're not entitled to, but obviously there's a demand for it. So I've got my Xbox Series X controller paired up here to macOS, and it seems to be working pretty much natively, I think. So here says I've got a 1520 by 1440p super ultra wide, and there are some games that are amazing that wide. It's like VR in the sense that your peripheral vision is covered. Yeah, I would rather go in terms of like 1440p. I'd rather do 1440p. I don't mind 1440p as a vertical resolution. I don't need double that, so that's 2880. I'm quite happy with it at the moment. I like it more than VR anyway, because it means that you're not so constrained by a device stuck to your head. Should I play GTA 5 D3D Metal or DXVK? You can choose either. So if you're looking at GTA 5 Legacy Edition, I think that it runs better on D3D Metal. You can try that. I remember playing this on PS3 and the frame rate was rough sometimes. It's slightly good. Okay, so it looks like this is the cutscenes are like rendering properly. That's good. Wait, how did you get a native version working? Just watch this video from the beginning, the stream from the beginning, and you'll see that. So that makes sense. Sonic Unleashed has never been released on PC, so it's great. It's on PC. Well, yeah, it's great that the fans have come together and put together a version that works on both. So yeah, I should have gone. I did mean to go into graphics settings, but I'll just let this run first. I mean, all the stuff that seems to be. It's like, because I'm mirroring the display between the Mac and the stream, but it's like really choppy on my screen. This happens sometimes when I'm mirroring games, but it's quite smooth on the playback on my ABS preview. Please reduce the volume. Okay. Yeah, it seems a bit loud. Okay, reduce game volume. Got it. Okay, that's lower. I'll make it even lower. It looks like the level's quite high. This game is pretty good as a Sonic game. Okay, I'm not really familiar with the Sonic fandom. Also, we have like a Sonic game on macOS, which is the Apple Arcade version of Sonic Dream Team. Is that a good game? I don't even know if that's good or not, because for me, these Sonic games all seem to play similarly. I actually preferred like the 2D Sonic games more. Back in the day, I used to play like Master System Sonic, Mega Drive Sonic, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2. I used to play on the Game Gear as well. So I used to be a Sonic boy growing up because my parents gave me a Game Gear. And I used to play a lot of Sonic games on that. But the 3D Sonic games, I find it a bit harder to get into. So how did you get the recomp working on Mac? Okay, so if you watch the stream from the beginning, I do the whole process. If there's demand for it, I'll make a whole tutorial video on it. It's not that complicated. The Dream Team is it's all right. So that is the the Mac version of our on our platform that you can legally rent through play through their subscription service. Okay. Cutscene seems to be like playing perfectly, which is cool. Is Intel Arc B58 good for 4040p games? I have no idea about the Intel integrated graphics these days. Not sure. I wasn't here for that. Well, you can. There's a little thing called the playback, where you can just play back to the beginning. You can just watch this whole live stream later at your own leisure. And basically, I take a link from the Mac Gaming subreddit to a GitHub Actions page. Make sure to log into GitHub, scroll down, download the latest ARM64 release. That's not going to be there permanently. So in the future, I'll make when it gets to like officially released, it might get integrated even into the main project. Who knows? So apparently, this is using Molten VK. I mean, potentially it could use Metal if someone wanted to like build a whole Metal backend for this whole compilation project. And this could be like the start of a whole series of game recompilation projects, because this technology is open source. So Sonic Unleashed is not the only Xbox 360 game you can do it. Of course, you can emulate all of these games to a lesser or worse degree by using the Xenia emulator, which I've covered in the past before, because I've managed to play games like Fable and Gears of War and stuff. But you can play Sonic Unleashed now through this native recompilation, which is like similar. I think the tech is similar to like Wine, in the sense that we're taking like a game from a system, a game from a different platform, and we're not like emulating the game. We're translating the game by providing the correct APIs to translate from basically Xbox 360 to, in this case, macOS. It's possible to emulate this game on an iPhone 15 Pro Max. I think that it's probably possible for, now that this compilation, static recompilation has been put together for Windows. I'm sure somebody will try to put this on phones in the future. Yeah, Sonic Furry Edition. I've always had interesting encounters with Sonic fans. Okay, good. So you're using an Xbox controller, which is appropriate because this is basically an Xbox game. I should have called this game Sonic the Werewolf or Sonic the Werehog. It definitely has a specific fandom. This has a fandom to it. Why has he got giant arms? Is this the werewolf thing? Okay. It seems to play a lot better than what I saw. Okay, now we're getting into actual rendered graphics here. So before was cutscene. Oh, if you use the DualSense, the recompilation fully supports it. I have one. I guess I could do DualSense too. Seems to be locked to 30, so I think that's probably what the original game is. So let's looking good. Okay, 30 FPS, but we will want to change some settings. The whole point of this recompilation is the fact that we have alternate we have the ability to, okay, let's do DualSense. So if it supports DualSense, that's really cool, because let's do DualSense. So I'll just pair my DualSense. I've got, let me see, my DualSense. Okay, so pair my DualSense. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's working. So controller icons. So will it automatically detect that? So the game will determine which icons. Let's see if the Mac side will auto detect my thing. Okay. So FPS. Desync off. Indeed, it is possible to reverse engineer any Xbox 360 game using these methods. Okay. What's happening here? Okay, screen's conked out. I wasn't even thinking about the fandom when saying that, but the giant arms is the werewolf. Yeah. What I mean by fandom is that there's quite a passionate set of fans which are doing stuff. What is happening here? Okay, black screen, because we changed video settings, and this feels like we don't. What's happening here? Doing a graphics test? Is that the FPS too high? Yeah. Let's just try this again. It'd be interesting to see how to reset the settings, because yeah, I think maybe I'll just set it to 60. Oh yeah, it's auto detected the DualSense controls. FPS is max. Okay, good. That's fine. Anti-aliasing. Okay, so let's just go through this. So we've got aspect ratio auto, resolution scale 100%, Full screen VSync, FPS set to max, brightness, aliasing, lots of options here. Color correction. UI alignment mode. So the edge, so that this is a lot of things which happen with widescreen games. It's like, do you put the UI on the edge, on the center? You want it in the center if you're using an ultra wide, so you'd have to like look, train your head around. Okay, let's continue. Intel B80 isn't an integrated graphics card. Oh, sorry, yeah, it's a dedicated graphics card. Okay, looks like it's slightly buggy with the cutscenes anyway. Oh, it has interface for like the PS1 controller, which is cool. Why cubonic texture filtering is better texture filtering option. Okay, let's try that. MVG explained that though this recompilation works by decompiling the game code, but you still have to do the shader stuff, and the Hedgehog team is already familiar with the Hedgehog engine to write it. Okay, so do we have compilation stutter? Enhanced motion blur. I'm not gonna. I don't really fancy turning anything on. So we're running this game on the base M1 MacBook Air. So 8 GB of RAM, 8 GPU cores. So
I can't eat another bite.
Hey, pull yourself together.
Huh? Huh? Don't eat me. I taste bad.
You okay? Nothing broken?
why is his arm so big? It looks like a gorilla or something.
Oh, I'm just fine. Thanks for asking, Mr.
He's been
Monster Guy.
training too hard.
Mr. Monster Guy?
Okay.
Here
Okay.
we
Well, okay. I skipped that cutscene and I don't know what the werewolf bits are. Is there no Is this the right analog stick? Is there no camera control? Yeah, this is pretty good to me. Ooh, this is like feels good. So it's nice to have this kind of native feeling game. Camera only works in the hub world and the Werehog stages. Okay. Not that familiar with this. Okay, we've got square to do. Give the homing attack one more go. You can hold the dash button, you don't have to tap it. Okay, got it. So after homing attack, there's button, don't I, right? What do I do here? If you see a lock on mid-air jump, so I've got a mid-air jump. Okay, got it. Oh, okay. I can use this homing attack to attack these guys. And then do that. This guy's speedy. Well, I tried starting it on my M4, it didn't work. The whole point of this project is that we don't run Windows versions of this game. We're running the native version. So this is a native Mac version, basically. Whoop, shouldn't have jumped over that. So I have to kill these baddies in order for this to come down. Like in a Sonic game, right? Are you supposed to like get all the rings? Is it like coins in Mario where you're supposed to get all of them? Or is it something that, because they're just protection, right? They're just so that you can take damage without worrying about all the stuff. Okay, that's the stage. Yeah, native Mac version. This is like not officially released. So it's work in progress. Because basically Sonic the Werehog. Ring energy. Yeah, basically this is not been officially released. So in order to download this right now, like a fully compiled version, you need to download this from the GitHub page. I'm just gonna check the activity monitor.
What do you figure that was all about? The hair and those
Yeah,
arms?
why have we got Steam Web Help?
They
Let's
look like
close.
chaos
No, no,
emeralds.
it's
So,
let's close any Steam stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what type of app is this? It's a native, yeah. Of course it is. Native Apple kind. Okay, let's just see.
Looks good, don't it? That there chocolate chip cream sundae supreme is the pride of the city. The whole world can come tumbling down, but they'll still line up.
By the way, if you didn't know, Sonic is a werewolf at night and a hedgehog during the day. When did that happen?
What about your
Ring is mostly protection in this game to increase the boost gauge and increase the score. Okay. Rings act as protection health, but in this game you can use the rings to buy collectibles. Okay. So you mean he's a furry at night? He's a furry in the day too. Okay. He's still, this hedgehog is very furry. Who's this like pink guy?
Whatever stuff is great.
If you say so. How about you give me a hand and help look for somebody who knows you, Chip?
Chip?
Gotta call you something, don't I?
Chip.
What do you think?
The game runs better than the Xbox Series X. Yeah. No doubt, because
Now, what do you say
we're
we spend
properly
some time
leveraging
finding
the
somebody
speed
who
of
knows you?
Apple Silicon. But we are still running through translation there. There's still like performance stuff on the table. Because if we have a native metal renderer, instead of going through Vulkan to Vulkan to metal, if it was just straight metal, then this could potentially work better. As well, the rings act as heals, kind of like in 3D Mario games. Okay, interesting. So what are we... So the camera control is working now, so we're in this kind of like overworld. Let's just try this in... Not in full screen. Okay. Did not like that much, but let's just run this again. Yeah, I want to play this. I want to play this in windowed mode for a bit. Okay. Now I'm impressed that we have full support for this. So this is in 720p right now. I find it totally ridiculous metal even this one is the open standard Vulkan. I mean, the reason they don't have the reason that Apple don't choose Vulkan, of course, is just the fact that, you know, they don't want to they don't want their graphics stack to be determined by an outside consortium of open source blah 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 users. They burn themselves with that with OpenGL already. So they just don't want that. It's quite straightforward, really. Because, you know, Apple are massively impacted by, you know, graphics changes, and they just want control of their own shit. You know, you can understand it, but you know, one of the most valuable companies in the world, with iPhones, iPads, and multiple devices, they don't want to use Vulkan. That's pretty standard, really. Okay. Yeah, 1440p should be possible. Maybe I'll have a look at that a little bit later. I just want to get a bit of the footage in windowed mode because I'll make a video about this a little bit later. Oop, shouldn't have done that. Genius idea to get a workout in while streaming, to be honest. Yeah, exactly. My walking pad. Oh, this is a stage. Oh, this is not even a level. This is like a stage selection. Can we try this out for yourself? Yeah, I'll make a video about this like today. Maybe today. And then I'll make a video about... I need to make a video about Power World too. You can hold down... As long as you saw this port has a resolution scaling option, you could just increase the internal resolution to be higher than your display's resolution. Yeah, that's true. Okay, shouldn't have done that. I have to wait for that target lock-on icon to come up first. Is it running through crossover? No, it's running natively through a static recompilation project. So I'm... Okay, so I pressed the O button to like... I'm going to use the L1 keys. L1, R1. So is that an extra life? Okay. Nothing quite delivers on that feeling of speed. Oh. So I was reading the chat and then I got distracted. Okay, I need to do this properly. Come on, focus. I'm going to run this at high resolution in a minute. After this level, I'll run the next game in native Mac. Where's my guy? How do I... So if that's a fake button, then how do I get on here? Okay, let's see. Fell for that one then. The hardest modern Sonic game. Okay. Dream Team was exceedingly easy, I think, right? It's designed for children, pretty much. Quick time events. Are we in like Santorini? Is this Greece? Is this Greek islands? I like we just... We're going at like 200 miles an hour, and then we have to press the O button to like go under a thing, to go slightly under a thing. Okay, cool. I think I'll just try this in a different resolution because I want to get some proper footage for my thing. Okay, so let's put this in native res. Okay, so what I want to do is get... No, I'll just put it in native. I'll put it in native res. I want to film some proper screen stuff. So Uh, so what we'll do is we'll change this to, let me see. I'll switch over to B camera a little bit. Actually, can I do this on my streaming setup? Yeah, we can. Yeah. So I did this, and then let's see if it takes this the standard thing. So it's saying 1200 by 600, but that's not the real. I don't think that's the real resolution. Let's just check the resolution options. I didn't mean to do that, actually. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to select it because when with a Mac, right, you want to make sure that we have like proper scale resolutions that work for the screen. Okay. I wonder what FPS if you really crank it like 200 internal resolution at 1440p. Okay, well let's just check the resolution settings. Did I just press continue? I want to go to options. It should automatically be set to your display's native resolution if you have full screen turned on. Well, this is does anyone know exactly what this means? Because Retina mode is turned on, right? Metal HUD is technically the screen is being displayed in like a Retina mode. So it means like we have why is the scaling incorrect as well? It looks wrong. Let me just check my native settings on macOS. So this should be the default settings, but the scaling looks wrong, my built-in display. Because I've got my main display here, my Mac display, it's 1200 by 800. But in reality, it's actually going at, let me think. It's actually using double the resolution of that. So let's try like, it's saying that the screen is running at 2560 by 1600, but the internal resolution here is lower than that. But I should be able to set it higher. So if I go to video, okay. Yeah, okay. That's good idea. I know a fix. Go to settings and set it under that. Yeah. So there's an advanced options section. So there's full resolutions, and then we'll go. We'll show all resolutions, and then we'll put this proper native of that. Okay. So this fix applies for most full screen games, to be honest. That's better. So under video, that's it. Okay, let's just try this. Continue. I'm not familiar with the Mac ecosystem, but does the M1 have an HDMI port or hub? Not built in, not the MacBook Air. So the MacBook Air has 2 USB-C ports, and that's it. So you can connect one external monitor, which is what I'm using for the capture card. Okay, let's go to this hub select world and try to do this level again. M1 Air has USB-C ports, so you need a hub. Yeah, so I'm using a CalDigit hub to do the thing. Just need to, I think I'm just going to change my layout a bit. Okay, good. I can see it slightly better from my standing position now. You can't see the FPS counter. Don't worry about that. It's almost not important. I just want to show. Let me see, actually. Can I? Let me see if I can get the counter up. This one's there, so it's this one that I want a copy of, and then I just scale it. Using my OBS, this is my OBS skills. So my capture is not actually running at 4K. Okay, that's, you know what? That's not good for anyone. Well, actually, it could be helpful. I can tell what it is. No, I can't be bothered to change my camera angle setup now. It's too complicated. It's too much work. I know it's running at my frame rate. It's 53 FPS, which is not bad. It's only using 1 GB of RAM. Okay, let's try that. Treadmiller. Yeah, it should. It won't work with. Yeah, if you want your M1 generation chips to work, then yeah, it's you're gonna want a good hub. A good hub makes a big difference. I've used a lot of hubs in my time, and a good hub makes a difference. You can also use a USB-C to HDMI cable as well. That works pretty good too. This portal works great on the Steam Deck. Tested out on my Steam Deck OLED, and looks amazing, runs decent, but the frame rate drops from 60 to 40 if there's a bunch of objects. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm trying to do this from looking at directly at the screen rather than the OBS preview, which is what I normally do, which is why my gameplay is so bad. But as far as I can see, we're nearly at 60 at this native retina resolution, which is really impressive. I can't imagine what kind of other games can be recompiled in a similar way. There's probably loads, which could massively benefit from all of these new settings and stuff. Or shouldn't have. I should be using the L1 and R1. It's screen tearing because I turned off VSync. I think what I'll do is I'll turn on VSync now because I'm here mostly to capture some interesting B-roll, basically. Does not. I think it does not like I think it does not like me V-syncing it whilst I have unlimited frame rate options open. Thankfully, it doesn't. Thankfully, it always launches in the correct way. Right again. There was a Majora's Mask here. But that's like, you know, that's like old stuff, which pretty much worked really well through emulation anyway. I think it doesn't like me doing max frame rate. So if I just cap it to 60, and then keep this. Actually, no. If I let's try it. Andrew getting that cardio while streaming. Yeah, exactly. Got to get that cardio in. I've done 3.6 kilometers so far. And I'm gonna take off my Code Weaver's hoodie. So why is it at 30 now? Why are we at 30 cap? Because that looked worse. Yeah. Okay, it's not like I want to do that. Still early days of this. Okay, let's try. We'll cap it to 60. We'll cap it to 60 and 10 VSync on, and we'll see how it goes. Because the screen refresh rate is 60. Thinking of the Zelda game, we'll get it'd be really good to get more recompilation stuff going. Okay, it does not like that, but I think maybe those settings will save when I restart. Yeah. Let's just check where we are. See if we can get this without any screen tearing. VSync on 60 FPS. Does it make a difference for full screen and windowed mode? How hot is the laptop running? Let's see. I don't have this. It's going at 62 at the moment. 62 degrees. So not hot. So we're capped at 30 for some reason. Why is it capped at 30? That's no bueno. I think I'm just going to turn VSync off. Then I don't like that. Do you know if you can make your stats less blurry? Not with. I'm trying to capture camera angle at the moment, so not really. PC Electro makes my M4 Pro really hot. Maybe cap the frame rate on it. First try. How did you manage to get it on the Mac? I'll do it. I'll do a video on it a bit later. Okay, now it's going at 60. Okay, 60 again. Okay, good. 60 at T560 by 1600p. That's all we ever really need. But it is screen tearing though. Okay, I know I'm going to play this level again, which is annoying, but I'm just not good at Sonic. Can I do this level again? Let's do it. I've tried this level 3 times now. The birds in this game sound just like my cat outside the window asking to come in.
Here we go!
Battery life is probably pretty good, and like it doesn't seem to use much power or heat. But I can't lose all my lives. I've lost a life already on something really simple that I've already done about 5 times. So sometimes you have to kill all the baddies to get to the next stage, but then also sometimes you just don't. You can, then you just don't have to. Okay. Okay, I'm determined to finish this level now. So I skipped that whole bit. Oh no, I didn't manage to skip it. The whole bit with a fake button. I don't understand, but going backwards. Ah, I'm not supposed to be going backwards. Okay, that's better. Wow, this feels fast. I mean, bloody hell. Oh, do I fall off the same place again? Oh my god. Well, let's just do it again. Oh, I did it again. I've got 2 lives left. I have to jump and then hit the enemy. Oh yeah, that's it. I don't understand why I have to wait for the thing to lock on. It seems unintuitive. Well, I'm on 1 life left. Ouch. Yay, finished, I think. Oh god, my hands are sweaty. My god. That's how sweaty my hands are. Just like this film of sweat on my controller. Ugh. Let's improve my ring energy. Okay, good. Level up. Well, you're in a 3D and 3. The lock on helps you know which enemy you can use your homing attacks on. I guess so, yeah.
Still no luck finding anyone who knows me.
Don't worry about it. Maybe your memory will come back on its own. Remember anything yet?
Nope.
Oh well.
Let's look at the chat while I'm watching this cutscene. Are mods able to run on these builds? I'm assuming that this is they're gonna have to change all of their mods on Xbox 360 if you have a mod.
Whoa.
The graphics hold up great with a lot of good games from 2008. Yeah. Hedge mod manager is Windows own. Okay.
I turn into this?
Are you okay, Sonic?
I'm assuming that if there's a big enough macOS community, then
I just
things
have to be
like
careful if it
Edge
sees
mod
me like
manager
this.
might get ported. I don't know.
Sonic! Sonic, look!
What is it?
There's an option to make the cutscenes run in a 4:3 aspect ratio like this PS2 version. I think it's lovely that we have proper widescreen support, and I believe there's ultra wide support too.
Mister. Hey, don't cry. Ice cream. How about some more of this super tasty stuff?
Ice cream.
What good is ice
Werehog
cream at a
time.
Like this?
Sonic, your arm just stretched.
Weird.
Weird. What stretchy arms? Oh God. The customization of this is cool. I like the fact that we're playing this with an Xbox control or with a DualSense controller. Yeah, we're playing the Xbox 360 version with a DualSense controller. Okay, let me just try. I'm gonna put this back into wait, I'm gonna walk around a bit. Did I unlock the cutscenes? What does that mean? Where am I going? We need to look some more. What? Sonic's got like frosted tips. So if you know from the 2000s, a lot of boy bands had frosted tips, frosted, basically bleached hair at the end of their floppy hair. So is this werewolf Sonic a lot more combat focused, I guess? Okay, I'm gonna put this back into standard resolution. Okay, so let's just put this back. I'll play one level of werewolf, and then we'll do something else. Turn that off. Turn this off. Quit. Okay, turn that off. Okay, that's good. Go back into mirroring. I'm going to mirror this back now. Okay, so we can stream properly. So we want this turned off. Okay, good. Let's do it again. The Werehog levels are much slower paced. Okay. Okay, and this might cause stuff to... Okay, that's good. Uncapped frame rate. Okay, let's do one more level. What do I do here? We are in Greece, aren't we? Looks like a Greek guy. Massive carry Greek guy. You can press the left or right triggers to run with the Werehog. Oh, really? Thank you. Good tip. Two-tailed fox. That's tails. Miles. I know this is not a cloud game channel, but for any Mac users in the Monster Hunter Wilds, yes, yeah, you can also play Monster Hunter Wilds on Boosteroid too. The selection of games is a bit wider on Boosteroid than on GeForce Now. So I already talked to this guy already. What am I supposed to do? Windmill Isle, okay. Yeah, Boosteroid got Monster Hunter Wilds before GeForce did, by like 3 days or something. Attack, throw, grab, double jump, walk, run, guard, unleash, and dash. You can't play it on Stadia, yeah. We've lived through a lot of cloud stream gaming. We lived through OnLive. Do you remember OnLive? Stadia. Now we're on GeForce Now and Boosteroid. They're both good, but GeForce Now does give you like a free tier that you can play for, just test things out, see if it works well. Well, the Boosteroid only costs like €7.50 a month. It's still quite cheap. You can punch. Another YouTube music coming up. What does that mean? Dark Gaia. There's an alternative universe out there where Stadia outsells the PS2. Well, the good news is that I'm about to get better internet. So there's like dudes outside my house right now, who are installing the tech ready for full fiber. So that means like up to, I think it's up to 1600 down and then 300 up. And if that could do that, then I could stream properly in like proper 4K. Well, you can't stream on 4K on YouTube, but I could stream properly and download games instantly. Not instantly, but very, very fast. Pro tip, mix up your attacks, try different triangle with, yeah. My guy's stretchy, like... This. Oh, this guy's... It'll also give you different attacks on makes the combos more fun. Unleash. Am I supposed to do something here? Is that... Grab a lot. I remember playing Dragon Quest XI on my iPhone, coming home, booting the game on Chromecast, keeping up the same game. The battle music plays a lot in this game. You get no idea what you can turn that off in the audio options. Okay, be aware. Yeah, switch, eh? Okay, that's the switch. Okay, good, good, good. Unleash. Now I'm playing God of War, right? That's what it feels like. Werewolves were in when Twilight came out, right? I prefer local to cloud gaming. I think that, you know, there's no reason to cloud game a game like Sonic because it's so lightweight. So do I have to run and... I have to run. Okay, I have to do that as quickly as possible. So this thing just goes up and down, right? We're going to running jump? No. Do I use the run to jump as well? Okay, do that again. So can you answer some questions about the Sonic Unleashed hub world? What's with the hub world? Oh, it's double jumping here. I just prefer playing LOL. How do I get this? Oh, I can jump over here now. That helps a lot with the jumping. Whoa, stretchy arms. You have to double jump, by the way. Okay, didn't realize we had a double jump. So, Sonic fans, right? Why do you... What if you've played this game once already, like, why do you want to play it again so badly? Dodge. What's the appeal of playing this game over and over again? Is there much replayability in this? Like, as far as I can see, it's a pretty standard PS3, Xbox 360 game. Even quite a bit antiquated in terms of like mechanics. Like if you compare this to like God of War or something. Link in wolf form and Sonic Werehog form was peak cinema. It was under 30 FPS. I always tanked it and it got to stages like the Jungle Joyride. Okay. God, really, all of the Sonic fans have really come out for the stream, haven't they? But like, how did you do it on a Mac? You can pick up a monster. What? Native recompilation. Well, the high frame rate and resolution of the PC port for me. Also, I think it's a fun game, especially once you get good at it. There's a lot of love about it, from the music to the worlds. Fair enough. I can't think of any like PS3 era games that I really, really, really want to play that haven't been like surpassed by like more modern sequels. This game has a lot of charm to it. Yeah, I agree. It's like better than I thought it was. Well, obviously I'm playing I've tested this before on Mac through Xenia and through RPCS3, and it's just this is like way better than that. The Werehog mods make it even better. Okay. I can still use my O key to like attack. Okay, got it. So I think I can grab enemies, right? I can throw them at people, killing two birds with one stone. Yeah. When enemies have bar indicates they'll faint and die. Don't hit them when they're fainting because it resets their faint animation and they take longer to die. Okay. I was wondering why I couldn't kill that dude. Just kept like surviving forever. To be fair, both Wolf Link and Sonic Wolf gameplay were not perfect still. Oh my god, that thing inspired me to what type of art I draw. Yeah, this is like, I think it's inspired a whole generation. A whole generation of I'm not sure in the most positive sure it's in the most positive way. Okay guys, I'm happy that this works. So I've been testing this out for a long time. I guess people will probably benefit from having a full tutorial video. So maybe I will work on that in the near future. But yeah, it's easy to go. This is really easy to grab a hold of. Just go to that Mac Gaming page, point to the right thing, and then yeah, you know what? I'll put together a video later today. Okay. Last thing I want to do is I'm gonna I want to run Red Dead Redemption 2 again on this Mac because I wasn't fully when I walked away I realized yesterday that I could have run that game. I think I should have turned the resolution down and made the FSR more aggressive. So let's give that a go, okay? Can't believe there's already a Mac version of the recompilation. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Squid Bus and Isaac responsible for this. So hopefully this will come in its own form sooner than later. As a full release rather than the GitHub action. But once it's done, then I'll do it. Okay. I just want to run a bit of Red Dead 2 on the M1 Mac. So obviously this is like the cheapest Mac that you can buy. It's cheapest Apple Silicon Mac pretty much because I am using the 8-core GPU version with 8 gigabytes of RAM. So there is a 7-core version, which is 12.5% weaker. But today I just want to try this part out. Then we'll make a video about it later. Okay, so just need to get my games folder up. And then we'll add my Red Dead Redemption 2 again. And then I just want to run it in a different game setting. And then we're kind of done. And I've got a lot of other videos that I've got to put together really soon that are way, way, way behind. because I want to put a Power World with one together. I'll do it really quickly. Okay, so it takes a bit of time to boot this up because, but let's just get this going. Because it's got to like load the Rockstar launcher. Good. Is Red Dead that good of a game? I think it's like okay as a game. It suffers, I think, from this kind of more slower plodding design, which means that every single thing just takes forever. Like I replayed this mission a couple of times because where you have to hunt deer. It's basically a tutorial about using the bow, how to track animals and stuff. And it's just everything's just, I mean, beautifully animated and wonderful, but also extremely slow in how everything moves. And so, you know, it's not a short game. It's not something which is fast. This never got a Mac port, but we're playing it through Crossover Beta, Crossover 25 Beta 4. It's just wine, just Crossover. I've been covering this over the last couple of days, so shouldn't be any surprise for any regular viewers of this channel that I've been live streaming this stuff. Okay, so okay, I want to try to run this that level in because before I had the setting on 1080p, but I could have run it at a lower graphics setting like 720p, and then I could have turned this on to, is there an ultra performance mode? Performance mode, yeah. So I could have run it at this resolution instead. It doesn't like this. Let's try and get there to the right resolution. Avowed, are you playing Avowed right now? Are you playing that on the Mac? Avowed is as far as I can tell, is like a way faster game, like in terms of speed. Not sure why that's not loading up correctly. It's always a bit tricky getting the full screen modes working properly. Does laptop GPU have any VRAM? It's unified memory. So one of the big advantages and disadvantages of the Apple Silicon Mac is the fact that there's no distinction between VRAM and system RAM, which is like great if you have if you want to run like you know, you want to run DeepSync or a large language model locally. It's perfect for that because you have 128 gigabyte Mac Studio. That means you've got 128 gigabytes of video memory. But it also means that if you're using an 8 GB machine, then you're sharing your video memory with your system memory, which means that 8 GB is even less than an 8 GB on a Windows computer, because at least on a Windows computer, you've got VRAM separately, discrete in the graphics card. You could have 8 GB of VRAM in your graphics card, 16 GB, and that wouldn't affect your system RAM. So, yeah. About as fast, really fast. There are people finishing it in 30 hours, but here I am at 50 hours and just arrived to Region 2. Yeah. Avowed seems like a decent Obsidian game. Let's try to run this at the correct resolution. So still running at 1080p. I want to put this, maybe I'll put this in windowed mode. Oh, that's happening. Oh my God, back on. My microphone got back on. Just knocked it off. Okay, let's do the settings first. Okay, let's just change the display. And we'll display the graphics. Can I get this to run 720p? Yeah, that's it. Maybe it's because of the high refresh rate. It's giving me error messages. Okay, so 720p, everything on low. AMD set to performance mode. Everything off or low. Yeah, that medium is for quality. Okay, so everything on low at 720p. Let's run the benchmark test. Because when I ran this benchmark yesterday, I don't think I gave it justice, the M1 MacBook Air, because it can run better than what I did yesterday. Okay, let's watch this. The benchmark's quite long, I think, for Red Dead Redemption 2. Definitely runs better than my Pixel 6a with 6 gigs of RAM I'm using with later. Okay. I've heard that that there's new phones now which can run WinLater even better. WinLater is like in a similar position to like Mac gaming, but because phones can run Vulkan, because Android phones can run Vulkan, there's just far fewer limitations, and it's a far more like open platform. Crossover preview. No, this is crossover beta. So to be a beta tester, you need to have a license and you need to contribute beta test reports. That's how you become a beta tester. The graphics API of this is DirectX 12. What's the tech behind it? So Crossover 25 Beta 4 includes a new version of D3D Metal 2.1. So this basically means that there's D3D Metal is the DirectX 11 and 12 to Metal translation layer developed by Apple. It's closed source proprietary, but it's been freely included in Crossover. So that's kind of the situation. Is why it works. Previously, we had Red Dead Redemption 2 working through WinD3D, but this version is way more performant. It uses way less RAM, and means that we can actually load it up on a device like the lowly MacBook Air with only 8 gigabytes of RAM. Welcome to the stream, lol. Hi, Andrew. How are you doing? Hope you and family are well. Thank you very much. Trying to trying to keep up with everything. The family. Oh my god, everything is just really takes that out of you. You know, dieting, exercising, kids, making sure that they're all happy and fed and get to school on time. I have to take my kid to my son's in an orchestra, and that's from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So I have to drive him there and make sure that he's happy. It's just crazy. It's that life. That's what life throws at you. But yeah, Android emulation, Windows emulation is jumping in compatibility every 4 months. The phones are basically Steam Deck, but without fans, very compact. Yeah, I mean, they face similar. They face an issue with having to translate x86 CPU design games into ARM64, but it seems like it's not that complicated an issue, or it doesn't seem to. I don't really know much of the background behind it, but it seems to be fairly straightforward. I mean, there's lots of x86 64 to ARM64 translation in the Windows 11 ARM virtual machine. In Windows 11 ARM, there's that layer 2, and that works through a virtual machine just fine. My son plays the clarinet, so now this is a scam, okay? Clarinet, spend thousands of pounds buying a B flat clarinet for your son, right? And then suddenly you suddenly join an orchestra, and then you need an A clarinet as well, right? And you have to switch between them, and there's only one semitone difference between a B flat and an A clarinet. So that's a scam. Yeah. I saw the Steam Deck and bought Nintendo. Why on earth would you do that? The Steam Deck is so much more flexible and powerful than the Steam Deck. And the screen's nice. The OLED screen is nicer. You can play a lot of the Switch games on a Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is one of the best gaming devices and bang for your buck that exists. It can not just play high-end games like Red Dead Redemption 2 even, but it plays low-end games just fine. And it even plays Switch games. Emulation is excellent on it. Yeah. Hope you and your family got a happy week at least. Yeah, it is happy. I'm very privileged to have a healthy family that's growing and excelling, and doesn't mean I'm not tired though. I'm constantly tired. Nintendo has better portability. I mean, if portability is your thing, then that's one good reason, because the Steam Deck is massive. Okay, it's so big and heavy. Having to buy 2 different clarinets sounds really realistically frustrating. And it's not like you play the A clarinet normally. It's only used in orchestras, right? It's only ever used in orchestras. And it just seems like a money sink, Because a clarinet is already several £1,000s, right? And then an A clarinet is basically the same amount of money, but you hardly ever use it ever. I'm just going to diagnose some kind of knocking issue. The battery in the Steam Deck drains quickly, by the way. Did you know that the second Steam Deck there will be something like SoC? It already has an SoC. It already uses an SoC. All of these devices are SoCs. Even the MacBook is an SoC, right? Switch 2. At 23 FPS sometimes, but it still works. Yeah. I don't know about the SSD, but yeah, the Steam Deck drains fast. The Steam Deck can drain fast. What's amazing about the Steam Deck is that you can set your own TDP, and that basically determines how many watts it uses. So if you wanted to play a game, even a high-end game, and you wanted it to use less power and prioritize battery life, you could just do that on the fly. It's probably referring to an ARM SSD. Okay. The Steam Deck is capable of like 10 hours of gaming, which is incredible, right? You just turn the graphics settings, limit your frame rate. If you have a game which is like turn-based, just turn everything down as much as possible, and it'll work great. And we can only wish that you could have that much flexibility on a laptop. Okay, so average of 27 FPS. It's not bad. Let's play the story. They don't know if Asahi Linux will come out on M3. It will come out in the future, very soon, is what we've been told. Okay, let's see. Split Fiction gonna work. When does Split Fiction come out? I think all of the videos came out yesterday with us tomorrow. Okay. Until this day, I don't even know why some videos never play games on the Steam Deck at low settings. It sounds crazy, but the game's not at medium settings. Some people call it unplayable. You know, why don't you start your own YouTube channel and play games at low settings? Just a little random rant now, but we're talking about low settings. Yeah. Sometimes you can get a game that doesn't really look that good. Okay, this is a lot better than when I was trying to run it at 1080p. So Split Fiction comes out tomorrow. These are from the developers of like It Takes Two. Okay, looks pretty good. I think I'm just gonna quit out of Steam. Quit out of Crossover. Can it run slightly better with all that stuff closed? The 8 gigabytes of RAM is really what's killing this. I think that have people got Red Dead 2 working on Android phones? Well, we're in single digits now. Oh, how come we're like hitting 30 now? That's weird. I think it's maybe because I freed up a tiny bit of RAM from closing out Steam and Crossover. What do you think about the Power World? Will it perform better on the upcoming updates on M1 chip, or just is what the game can perform on the M1? I made a stream yesterday about the Power World on the M1 Mac. I think what I'll do is I've got 2 videos to make. I should make the Sonic Unleashed video and Power World video straight away. I've also got to do this Parallels 20.2 update too. So I think what I've got to do is spend a bit of time this afternoon, like working on finishing some stuff. So it's taken a few minutes, but this is warmed up. I don't know what it is, just warmed up. Like it took like 2 or 3 minutes to get going, and now we're actually able to play. Like it's not, I would not recommend this, to be honest. Yeah, I already did Uncharted yesterday, so I did Uncharted on the M3 Max. I'm okay with that at the moment, and don't feel a strong need to do that. Okay, so let's why is Data 2? Actually, Data 2 has good performance on the Mac.
We're gonna starve to death up here, Mr. Morgan. We're okay.
Crash. Okay. Okay, that's it. You know what? I could do a bit of Uncharted. So yeah, Uncharted is the other game that because we can run The Last of Us, which won't run on the M1 Mac, but we can run this on because it uses the same engine. So potentially this could work because I believe it's an older game as well. At least Apple assures you that all the new Mac games will run on the old M1 8 gigs of RAM, but running it well is not part of the promise. That's true. Yeah, so we can't run for some reason. If you try to launch this like normally, it won't work. You have to add this as a non-Steam game, I think. Will this even launch? Oh, it does launch. Okay, I didn't need to do any funky stuff. Okay, this will probably be the last game that I do. Let's see. I did saw yesterday's stream, but my question is, can developers make the one smoother on the update, or is it? It is possible, yeah. There's some Discord chat in Apple Gaming Wiki Discord where Nat Brown, the previously hired by Apple to head up the GPTK team, mentioned that there are a lot of optimizations that have been left out from this Unreal Engine 5 game that could be applied. So it could be possible, but whether they'll do it or not is like a completely different question. In that regard, I love mobile gaming because no matter if you have an M1 or M4 iPad, they will try to make the games run as good as possible. Yeah. Because I think that mobile games, like, they kind of realize that, it doesn't really matter, how good a game looks as long as it runs. Like, people don't play mobile games for the graphics, they play it more for the art style. I watched a video yesterday of people trying out the new Snapdragon or the new chip phones, and someone was getting Crisis to run on 3D Win later, which is really cool. But at the same time, it's like completely pointless because Crisis is no longer um, the basis for what makes a game have good graphics anymore. It's just, people don't care about that. Okay, let's try performance mode on my controller on here. And keyboard. Oh, yeah, I'm nearly done here. Then it's just wait. Okay. 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 Done now. So 20 minutes. Okay. Okay, so let's load up a little bit of Uncharted, and this will be the last game that I do today because I've got other stuff to do. Warzone running on my Pixel 6a only has 6 gigs of RAM. Yeah. Surely doing intense exercise once or twice a day is more practical than walking constantly. I think for in terms of calorie burn, walking over a long period of time is actually way better than doing intense exercise. Because you can run 5K. It takes me like half an hour to do 5K. But if I walk 5K, like now I've done 7K during the stream. So I walked 7 kilometers during this stream. Ultimately, in terms of calorie burn, if we're just talking about calorie burn, then walking 5K, running 5K is roughly the same. Obviously, it's better to run sometimes. I still run once a week. Still worth doing. But this low impact thing, which I can do basically the whole day, means I can walk 15 to 20 kilometers a day just in front of my desk while I'm working, which is I think quite beneficial. I think most people say that if you walk a long period of time, then you're gonna burn more energy off than if you just ran a little bit of time, and you're less prone to injuries. There's no harm in doing both, I think, but it's you can do both. On my M1 Max, Switch games keep crashing like Pokemon Scarlet, Arceus, and Crossing, but Lost Crown works. What to run this game? So, unfortunately, Ryujink's development's kind of stopped. So, I can't say much about Switch emulation really. Benchmark RDR2 at 2560 by 1080 default settings on M4 Pro, and the runs great. Yeah. Since phones can't upgrade GPUs, developers have to optimize their games a lot, unlike Mac is having relatively hungry Windows games, and that makes you want to spend at least a MacBook Pro XP. Mac Pros are still hungry Windows games in a sense. Yeah. So, I think that when it comes to mobile games, right? Developers are really thinking people have got a phone already. I want my game to be on that phone. I want people to buy the game or to expose to the microtransaction ecosystem and spend more money, right? So, you know, there's in the console world and the desktop PC world, there's like a lot of there's a lot of kind of feeling of like, you know, my game has to look this specific way, has to be experienced in this specific way for this to work. And so on a mobile, that doesn't really exist because if the more people you exclude, the less money you'll make, basically. So there's a whole different kind of design philosophy behind getting these games to work. And that's you streaming. Do you have another desk? Yeah, I have an under desk treadmill. If you look on the bottom left of the screen in tiny writing, I mentioned which treadmill I'm using. And if you look at the link in the description of this live stream, you'll see a link to that treadmill. So you can see that there. Okay, I don't know why it's stuck at 58%. Like it's doing something. Or has it just fully crashed? Like coins, that Drake's coin's still spinning. Of course, mobile gaming is far from perfect, but they're the kings of optimization, at least. Like I said, graphics are secondary. Yeah. Optimization is absolutely key because, you know, it's almost like if you make a gamer wait like 10 seconds to load a game, then they're just going to close it. Right? Like they'll never touch that game again. And it just turns the design philosophies around their heads. Like you want a game to like start as quickly as possible. Unlike there's like all of these Japanese games which take like an hour to get into the game. It just couldn't happen on a phone because you want to get instantly into access into whatever you're doing. Yeah, just look at Evo Creo 2 is a new awesome Pokemon style game that took 10 years to make on mobile. And unlike Pokemon Legends ZA, Evo Creo is a 2D game because graphics don't matter. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame. Okay, I think no, Genshin Impact works pretty well. I mean, it's an incredibly good looking game, and I remember I was playing it on like a 2018 iPad at the time. It's like 6 years ago, right? And it ran well at 30 FPS there, and now it scales all the way up to 4K. It looks pretty good. I think it's pretty impressive. Don't know why it's taking so long to load. I am running it from a NAS, but it shouldn't take that long. How many kilometers have I walked? So I've been streaming for 2 hours now. I've done 7.5 kilometers. Not bad. It's not reported that the iOS phone i4 port did not meet sales expectations, like this is free nature of mobile games. I mean, the number of people who are going to pay money for a AAA game on a phone is so low. Like, reality is that it's really cool to see Resident Evil games running on a phone, but it's like the last platform I want to play that game on. The last place I want to play Resident Evil 4 is on a tiny screen with touchscreen controls. It's awful. Okay, is this going to work? Jump from 60 to 100%. And it's probably compiling shaders in the background. So is it going to work? Matt Pro Tip said it takes 40 minutes plus 2 to compile all the shaders.
Okay. Where to begin?
So in this bit of the game is where I got to last time in the stream. I'm up in this like prison tower thing. AAA games not selling a lot on mobile is kind of happening for the last 10 years, and the original mobile game sells a lot, like candies and curses. I doubt that AAA games sold a lot even in the beginning of the App Store because people were just not interested in playing massive games on the phone. What I love playing on the phone is like Balatro, Slay the Spire. Put thousands of hours into both those games. Okay, I think my Uncharted is crashed. I think that's crashed. Companies are now finally getting money from mobile gamers with cloud gaming. Yeah, I just don't see cloud gaming as a thing, especially on phones anyway. I don't think my MacBook Air is doing very well. If Apple made a Mac handheld, then maybe it would sell well. I mean, I keep hearing this idea of of an Apple handheld. Apple already have the most lucrative, powerful gaming handheld that exists, and it's called the iPhone. And they have a big version called the iPad. And these are like monsters in terms of like how much money that makes. This idea that the Apple would come in and like slap some controls to make a handheld to compete with the Steam Deck or something is like ludicrous because it's just that'll be such a dead market. Oh yeah, a walking pad. The details on the bottom left of this video on the notes part. And I've got a link to my walking pad in the description. I suppose I'll have to make a video about this in the future. Andrew, the fact that GeForce Now and xCloud are always reporting improvements and doubled down on the mobile version of their apps are also happy with the results. I wouldn't want to play cloud games on the phone though. Anything with larger screen would be better. It's a real slideshow here. We see the problem with this is that we're using 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is over. So we'll be going heavily into swap memory. I think this game could probably run on a Mac. It's just that we are using too much on this M1 chip. A larger screen is always better, but my friend, imagine having those thoughts and not playing on the 3DS because of that. 3DS is a different beast. I got my daughter started playing Animal Crossing on the 3D on the I have a 2DS, you know, the big flat one, right? Which I gave to her, and she loves it. I have a feeling that if I command tab out of this now, it's going to crash. Hello, Jade Form. Welcome as a member to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. And calling my 6.1-inch screen makes me feel old. Yeah. Oh, thank you for gifting 5 memberships as well. All new members, welcome. I'll make some members only content. I keep saying that. The ROG Ally Z1 Extreme is probably the closest to an Xbox handheld. I think you're right. Any handheld running Windows is probably a good, decent. See, the thing is, right, it's not a true indication of the speed of this game because the shaders have not fully compiled yet. So I have a feeling that this will run better once the shaders fully compile. Thank you very much, Dave. It's really, really appreciated. It's nice to have the support from the community and also members too. So I have to make some members only posts. The Steam Deck is a good portable Xbox too. Just install Windows on it and you've got. Okay, let's look at the memory pressure, and then I think I'm gonna be finishing up the stream very soon. Can I alt tab successfully? Yeah, having a native Microsoft Store and then getting an Xbox Game Pass. That's why I see like it'd be a good idea to have a Steam Deck with Windows installed because it just means that you could just basically get an Xbox Game Pass, and that's probably the cheapest way to get into gaming. Is just to have a really good Xbox type experience where virtually all of the Xbox games are playable. Phew, I've done 8 kilometers of walking now. Okay, I think I'm not going to be able to get this memory pressure thing shown properly. Okay, I'm going to be finishing up the stream now because of doing 2 hours now, 2 hours and 15. So that's what I've done so far: 8 kilometers of walking, 2 hours of 10. And my wife's come home and she said she wants me to join her at the gym. So I'm going to go to the gym, do some weights, try to get healthy and fit. Then I've got 3 videos to edit: Parallels 20.2, Power World, which I've filmed it all for, and the Sonic Unleashed thing. And I've got to prep for Crossover 25 release, which is going to come soon. And I've got to do something on BlueStacks too. BlueStacks Air. But yeah, that means that I'm finishing up the stream today. So thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much, Jabe, for adding to for donating and gifting memberships. And I'll be putting together, for everyone who's interested, I'm going to be putting together a Sonic Unleashed tutorial. So it's not really that complicated, but I think a lot of people will want to know how to do it, and they'll appreciate a proper tutorial. I think my Mac just kernel panicked, so it doesn't feel that hard, but I think it just kernel panicked. So that's a good place to end this stream. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you guys later. I'll stream later. All right, bye bye.